Can't the guy eat in peace? He couldn't even wait. Yeah, give us a few minutes to eat this fucking sarnie before I show you some shit. Jesus Christ, man. Can't even wait. Alright, now that I've had time to chillax a little bit and devour that sarnie, which was lush, by the way. Yeah, anyway, this is Updates and Purchases number 28. Now, obviously, this was meant to be a kind of post-Christmas kind of Updates and Purchases, but that ship sailed a while ago, so let's just do a normal Updates and Purchases for you. I've got a couple of bits and bobs to show you and a couple of updates for you. First update is, for those of you who are following my Facebook page, you'll have noticed that I have another logo on there. Obviously, I'm still massively happy with the logo the Vile Logos did for me. There was a little part of me that just thought, yeah, that isn't a sick as fuck logo. I'll use it for my thumbnails and stuff like that. But there was another part of me that just wanted an emblem for other purposes, like on my YouTube, Facebook page, and maybe even for some thumbnails that the logo just doesn't cut. So I spoke to Vile Logos and I asked him, what do you do with another logo? And he was like, yeah, sure, man, no bother. He sent us, I think, just one design, and I was super happy straight away with it. And I asked him, could he just take one little bit out of it, because the original logo was SM 1993 with a ribbon around it, which you'll see in a minute. And I asked him, could you send us that one, but also without it, if that's possible, because it might not appear in some thumbnails and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, no bother. So he sent those over, and I absolutely love the logos. Been doing some graphic works and stuff like that with them, which you'll see in a bit, because I'm going to show you 3 examples of the logo. The one without the ribbon, one with the ribbon, and the graphic design thingy shit that I did, just playing around with it and shit. So yeah, I'll show you it now just to get it out of the way. So here you go. So yeah, those are the 2 logos, and the third one being obviously the design. I'm really happy with them, and if you need a logo design, check them out. Vile Logos in the description. Check it out. Amazing stuff. Really nice guy. Listens to it, and some really good prices involved with it. So check it out. And also poster designs he does. Sick stuff. Anyway, the second update is, obviously, you know, myself and Triple D, aka Dean 448, are going to Birmingham later this month to see Sabaton and Nailstorm. And yeah, we're still going to be, I'm still going to be taking my cam, and we're going to be kind of documenting it a little bit, like vlogging on the way and shit like that. So that should be good, and everything's booked up, so we're all set, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I know Triple D is. So yeah, keep an eye out for that video. It'll come sometime in March, maybe start of March, hopefully, if I get the time in to edit it. So we'll see what happens anyway. But yeah, let's get on with the purchases. There's quite a bit to get through, so, well, not an extensive amount, but just a good handful. People may disagree with that, but whatever. The first one being, I got this little speaker for my iPod. Obviously, you know my iPod, but it's completely bust on us now, so I have to get it repaired properly. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping I can get it repaired, because I love that fucking thing. But I got this little speaker with, I don't know if you'll be able to see, yep, Jägermeister on it. I got this in a little set with, obviously, some Jägermeister, which I still haven't drank yet. I know, disappointment. But yeah, I got this, sorry that. Yeah, I got this to use like when I'm in the bath, just chilling back with some atmospheric black metal or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty good. Really awesome sound for a little speaker. I love it. And just a little quick plug. This stuff is fucking lush. The Jägermeister Spice Jäger with cinnamon and vanilla blend. Excellent stuff. Love it. It's particularly nice, I might add, with some vanilla Coke. It really kicks the vanilla up a notch, if you know what I mean. But yeah. What else did I get? Also got this. Cool. I can't remember if I showcased this, but if I have, oh well, what can you do? I got this necklace of the Decepticons emblem. Yeah, awesome stuff. I love the original Transformers, and I do like the new ones, but Michael Bay is definitely ruining them nowadays. But that's for another time. But anyway, and yeah, I just decided to pick it up. It was quite cheap as well. As you may have noticed, I got a new desk behind us, which I'll showcase in a different video. But I got this little ornament to watch over my desk while I'm out and about, or even at work or whatever. And it's a little statue of a crow raven. I think it's a raven. I could be wrong. But anyway, resting on a skull. Yeah, I got this to watch over my desk and stuff. Sad, I know, but still. I've decided to name him Sylvester after me, my nana's old parrot that passed away a good couple of years back. But yeah, he watches over my desk. Awesome stuff. Really nice add to the desk. It really looks good now, but you'll see in a different video. So yeah, those are the two little things. I'll showcase some DVDs that I got. I got a couple for Christmas and stuff. And they are as follows. Avengers, Age of Ultron. In my opinion, it's not quite as good as the first one, but I still think it's a pretty good film. It's definitely not shit. It's just a bit of a letdown in comparison, but nonetheless, I'm starting to click with it now. It didn't when I first saw it, but oh well, moving on. Another Marvel film, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, awesome film, absolutely love it. Next one, this one I got for Christmas, but it was going to come late because they delayed the release date just slightly, but ever since I got this film on DVD, it's been non-stop, and it even got us in a bit of a rap mood where I was just listening to non-stop rap, period. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Straight Outta Compton. Excellent, excellent film. This is probably my second favourite film of last year, just behind Jurassic World. This is fantastic. Incredible stuff. Next up, I've got a box set of series 1 to 7 of The Big Bang Theory. Because season 9 is starting, season 8's out on DVD. So I got that for Christmas. Haters gonna hate. I know it's not as good as what it used to be, but it's still pretty awesome in my opinion. I still enjoy it. And the final one is kind of a holy grail. I've been after this DVD for so fucking long, like ridiculously long. And now that I finally own it, I'm well chuffed. It's so been worth the wait. And it's one of my favourite live DVDs of all time. And I'm talking about Wittain with Opus Diaboli. Dialogue, well, you know what word it is. Excellent DVD. It's so good. This is what got me serious with black metal. I absolutely love this DVD. You open it up like that. Really killer stuff. Then open it up again. 3-disc set, the DVD, and a double CD of the live performance, which I think is pretty sick, if you ask me. I love this stuff, and it goes right here with me at the live DVDs. So yeah, let's get on with some merch now. First bit I'm going to show you is some shorts that I got. As you know, I've got my all-star pair of shorts, but I wanted another pair, you know, to chillax in while those are in the wash. And I got some Stick to Your Guns shorts with the emblem there, and on the other side, I'll get it the other way. Yep, Stick to Your Guns. Yep, really awesome band. If you haven't checked them out, I'd be very surprised if you haven't. Pretty killer stuff. Now we're on to the shirts. We've got a couple to get through. First one, Acrania, Totalitarian Dystopia artwork. Awesome stuff. You may have seen this in me, I believe I was wearing it in my Bowie tribute video, but excuse me. But yeah, awesome album. I reviewed it also, so check out that review, linked in the description. Next one, easily one of the best death metal albums I've ever heard. Evanalanjones, Twilight of the Thunder God artwork shirt. Gorgeous shirt. Twilight of the Thunder God written on the back. Been after this shirt for quite a while, or a shirt of Evanalanjones, so I'm pleased I finally have one. Okay, alright, I'm waiting for the hate comments, or the love from the big down kids, whatever. But I got myself a Desolated merch, and it's not the Blasphemy artwork before anyone sees, because fuck that design. Fuck it. But anyway, I got this Desolated long sleeve, really awesome design. On the front it says, "Only the strong survive," and on the sleeve over here, if I did a 360 there, Desolated, and then UK at the bottom. Really nice shirt, very comfortable. Bit different from what I usually wear, black and all that crap, yeah. Anyway, well, really nice design. I do like Desolated's new album. I'll put my thoughts on there when I get the CD, but we'll see what happens. This next one I got from me bro Triple D for Christmas, so thanks for this, bud. Shout out. I got this Meshuggah top from the Colossus era. Really, really nice design. Everyone loves a bit of Meshuggah Groove Central, if you ask me. Next one, I got this in HMV the other week. I couldn't help myself but buy this because it's tributes and stuff. I got the Lemmy Killmister tribute top. Really awesome design. And on the back is what I love. Yeah, if I get it right. Ian Lemmy Killmister, Murder One, his signature amp. 1945 till 2015. Born to lose, lived to win. Awesome design. Rest in peace, Lemmy. But we'll be mentioning Motorhead in a little bit. Hint, hint. And the final one, I asked me friend if she would get me this for Christmas, and she managed to get it for us. So, cheers. If she ever watches this, which she probably won't. But anyway, moving on. I got this APA, Acolytes Protection Agency top with the "Don't take this ass whipping personally." I know this is kind of like a bootleg because it's printed on gilt and heavy cotton, but APA is my favourite faction that was ever in WWE, and they still are. And if you don't know who the Acolytes Protection Agency is, it was JBL or Bradshaw back in the day, and oh, what's his face? Farouk. Yeah. Damn! I had to. Sorry. Anyways, now we get on to the home sweet home, the CDs. Right, let's get on with it. Got a handful, 2 piles to get through. Starting off with 3 black metal releases, and I'm talking about the first one, 1349, Demon Ore. Awesome black metal. If you're into black metal and you haven't listened to this album, I urge you to do so. It's really, really good. Next one I want to have reviewed, Abbath, self-titled. Check out my review if you want to hear more. But you open it up, it's got the pin there, a patch, which is always falling out, a wristband, and obviously the album itself. Yep, the album, pretty good. You know, check out my review if you want to hear more. Yep, happy about that. Next up, this was in my Super Metal recommendations, and quite rightly so. It's very underrated, but so worth it. Abbath with Le Mortif Lucifer, The 7 Temptations of Man. If you love Wittian, this is for you. Excellent, excellent black metal. Really in your face, aggressive as fuck. Incredible. A5 digipack. Really nice texture to a lot of it. It's really well presented. Full focus. Come on. No? Yeah. Abbath. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Check it out. And check out my Super Metal recommendations. Episode 1. Anyway, moving on. Ahab. The Boats of the Glencarrig. Now, myself, I'm not into much funeral doom. It's not massively my thing, but it might become my thing because I've got 2 albums in here that have blew us away, and this is one of them. Excellent stuff. Crushing, but yet so filled with beauty. Excellent stuff. It might appear in a future video. We'll see what happens. Next one. Anthrax Worship Music Special Edition. Yeah, it's the reissue kind of thing with the Anthems EP. If I open it up, let's put that there. You get some cards with artworks relating to the cover songs that they done. I think that's right. No, that's wrong. Bear with me. There we are. You get, obviously, the Worship Music album, which I think is fantastic. You get the CD on one side, and you actually do get a lyric book, which is awesome. And same sort of thing, except for a lyric book, with the Anthems EP by Anthrax, which is also included. Yeah, I love the Worship Music, and I love this cover album. Excellent, excellent stuff. Yeah, if I can get this right. But yeah, really stoked on the new album though, I might as well add. I'll probably review it when it comes out, but we'll see what happens. But excellent album from Anthrax. Next up, Beartooth, Disgusting. Pretty good stuff, post-hardcore with a bit of a punky vibe. Yeah, it is what it is, it was cheap. This was pretty cheap, but it's fucking awesome, and loads of you will agree with us. I'm talking about The Aura by Beyond Creation. Essential progressive death metal. Excellent stuff. Love it. Nothing more I can say on that home front. Next up, Butcher Babies, Take It Like a Man. If you're into new metal, and you've probably heard of these, but it's a like or hate relationship with these. I personally really like them, especially this album. It's pretty sick, groove as fuck. But what's more groove as fuck, if you ask me, and it was in my top albums of 2015. Check out the link in the description. Cold Chamber, Rivals. Fucking awesome. I love this album. I listened to it so much last year. It still is fantastic. Next up, Crowbar, Symmetry in Black. Incredible sludgy hardcore, sludge metal hardcore vibes. Yeah, awesome stuff. Check it out. Next up, Devin Townsend Project with Epicloud. Excellent, excellent progressive death metal. Fucking hell. Progressive metal. If you know Devin Townsend, you know he's an amazing songwriter and an amazing guy. Check this album out if you haven't already. It's essential. Blew us away, that album, I might as well add. Now this one you need to have the patience for, but if you have got the patience, trust me, it is worth it. Worth it. Devin Townsend was Z2. And it comes in a cardboard slipcase, and it features the Sky Blue album and the Dark Matters album, and a third disc which is the Dark Matters demos, like raw files basically. Yeah, 3 discs. Oh, a minute. Comes out like that, which I might as well add. The artwork on each side is gorgeous. If you ask me, I really like how it's presented, and definitely is a great album to listen to. If you've got the time, definitely listen to it. It will be worth it in the end. I still enjoy it today. But anyway, moving on. And this is the other Funeral Doom album I was on about before. Ahab, but this is the other one. It's so good. I absolutely love this album. I'm talking about Atramos by Evoken. Dear God, this is some phenomenal music. I absolutely love this album, and you need to check it out if you're into that sort of genre. You probably have, because they are one of the kings of it, from what I've heard. Next up, another album that made me top list of last year. Fit for an Autopsy, Absolute Hope, Absolute Hell. Check it out. Next up, Flesh Consumed with Ecliptic Dimensions of Suffering. Really good technical brutal death metal. If you haven't checked this out, I urge you to do so. Really good stuff. And the final one for this pile is probably going to be my next review, but we'll see what happens. Flesh God Apocalypse with King. And this is the limited 2 CD digipack with the orchestral version of the album. Really good stuff. I'll have more to say on the review, but Flesh God, not disappointing. They never do disappoint, I should say. Anyway, moving on. Starting off with, I've got these in the wrong order, my bad. Starting off with Gorgasm, Orgy of Murder. Now this album I've been after for quite a while, but it's been put through Brutal Bands, and personally I hate that label with a passion, especially after the fucked up and fucked with fucked everything over with my development order. When I ordered it in October and it came in like April, something like that, and that was years ago, I know, but I hated the label ever since. But I've been after this album and a few albums, but I'm going to try and pick them up over the years, but we'll see what happens. But this album is fantastic, really good, brutal death metal. If you like brutal death metal, you'll have probably heard of these before. But this album this next one will probably be appearing in my next Super Metal recommendations, because this is phenomenal stuff. I'm talking about Gorgasm with Destined to Violate. Anyone who has heard this album will wholeheartedly agree that this is some of the heaviest, crushing, brutal death metal to come out last year. Was it last year? No, in 2014. And it still is incredible to hear. Check it out if you haven't already. Next up, Heart in Hand, A Beautiful White. Now, as you know, I've got the shirt of this album, so I had to get the CD. Slipcase, really good melodic hardcore. If you're into melodic hardcore, check this out. Sadly, the band doesn't exist anymore, but oh well. Awesome stuff, though. The next lot, I got a couple of albums from an eBay seller. Got quite a few albums from him, stuff that I've been after, like Evoke and Ahab. Crowbar, another one's coming up in a bit, and so on and so forth. But these were the main 4 I was after, and they are from Ill Disposed, and I got 4 of their albums for a really decent price, and they are the following. Ill Disposed, To Those Who Walk Behind Us. Been after this album for a while, so I'm glad I finally own it. Excellent death metal record. Check it out. Next up, Ill Disposed, There Is Light, But It's Not For Me. Really awesome album. And the funny thing is, that album's death metal, To Those Who Walk Behind Us. This one is quite simply groove metal with death metal influence. That's the way I pick it up. It's excellent. I absolutely love this album. I've been jamming it a lot lately, and you should too. It's excellent. Next up, Ill Disposed, Sense the Darkness. Once again, another superb death metal album. Incredible stuff. Love it. And then we get to their latest offering, which I've been loving a lot recently, and that is With the Lost Souls on Our Side by Ill Disposed. Now, this album is more death metal with groove metal influence. So funny, they've gone from death metal to groove metal with death metal influence to death metal with groove metal influence. It's funny how that works, but nonetheless, fantastic record. Next up, Camelot with Haven. Excellent album. If you love Camelot, then you won't be disappointed by this. I'm starting to get more into them, so this is a good start, I think. Yeah, this one I've been after for quite a while. It's been on my want list for a few years now, since it came out. When I checked it out, like, it didn't click with us at first, but then when I saw them live and then started to listen to them a bit more, they finally clicked, and now I can't stop listening to them. But the album's quite hard to find for a decent price until I found it for $9.99 in HMV again, so I was like, having it. I'm talking about King 810 with Memoirs of a Murderer. Incredible album. If you love hardcore, then you need to check this out. It's got a bit of a new metal vibe here and there, but definitely check it out. And I might as well add, the singer kind of sounds like Corey Taylor on some aspects, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, next up, Christian, Southern Storm, good death metal album. Leprous, The Congregation, was in my top albums of 2015. Check it out. Malignancy, Eugenics, another album I had the shirt off before I got the CD. I don't know, it just seems to be becoming a thing now, but nonetheless, great album. Morgoth, Ungod, really solid German death metal album. I'm definitely returning guns a-blazing. That's all I can really say. But yeah, really cool artwork as well. Next up, right. A couple of days after me and Dane did that me and Triple D did that Motorhead, I'll get this right. Back after me and Dean did that video for Lemmy, a couple of days later we decided to go to HMV just for a bit of a wander and to catch up and shit like that. And when I was in HMV, I was looking at the Motorhead stuff, and I saw this album and just smiled as soon as I seen it. And I just knew instantly, I have to buy that, because it's a good feeling. And I'm glad I did. And I'm talking about Motorhead with Aftershock, the tour edition, obviously foiled, like, chrome colour. But anyway, yeah. Special edition, tour edition, whatever, second disc there. Really solid album, definitely a good album. Not as good in my opinion as The World Is Yours, but yeah, whatever. Next up, Obscura, Akroasis. I think, I got it right. Obscura, Akroasis. I've reviewed this album, check out in the description. Yeah, really solid progressive death metal. Yep, I used progressive death metal right that time. Anyway, moving on. Opeth, Damnation. Another Opeth album. I haven't checked out this one yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out eventually. I've heard it's a masterpiece, so fingers crossed. Moving on. This will probably appear in my next Super Metal recommendations, but we'll see what happens. Persephone with Spiritual Migration. What more can I say? This is superb progressive death metal. If you're into progressive death metal and you haven't laid your ears on this, there is something wrong here. Yeah, there is. Feel bad. Feel very bad. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, great album. Check it out. Excellent stuff. I'm saying excellent stuff a lot, but that's excellent stuff right there. Anyway, moving on. Sky Harbor with Guiding Lights. Really good album. Progressive metal with gent influences. Really good stuff. Next up, Steve Wilson, 4.5. This is kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this, but this is like material that didn't make his album. Oh, where is it? This one, Hand Cannot Erase. I think it's stuff that didn't make it onto that album, but nonetheless, another great release from this guy. I absolutely love him. Great songwriter, great guy. Nonetheless, especially his Bowie tribute that he done not too long ago. Amazing. It made the hairs on my back stand on end. Yeah, I've got a hairy back. Fuck off. Anyway, Wolfheart, Shadow World. If you're into Monomoth and you thought the last couple of records have not had that kind of raw, vicious aspect to them, this is for you. This is, in my opinion, it's what the tone of a Monomoth. That's what I say. Anyway, but excellent stuff. If you love melodic death metal, check it out. And the final album that we're going to be talking about today, and the final CD that I got, was, like, right. When I got straight out of Compton, as I said before, I went into a bit of a rap phase after that. I was listening to loads of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Tech 9, NWA, all sorts of stuff like that, Eminem, what have you, just good rap, if you ask me. But anyway, this was one of the albums that has stuck with me, and I had to buy it on CD as soon as I heard the full-length album. And it's excellent for rap, in my opinion. And I'm talking about Yellow Wolf with Love Story. This is incredible stuff. I urge you to check this out. I'm not a massive one to dwell out of metal and stuff like that. I don't do it that often, but when I do, I find some great albums, and this is one of them. Definitely check it out if you're in rap or anything like that, or hip hop. It's excellent. I've told my mates, Unknown Affliction guy, Sean Payne, that he needs to check out this album. So when I next see you, mate, I'm going to give you this album to listen to. It is phenomenal. So check that out. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this update and purchases, and yeah, I'll see you until the next video. I'm going to try and keep as consistent with my reviews as usual, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to try and do some more videos over the coming weeks, so yeah. I'll see you until the next video, and stay metal. See you later. Right, at least that's finally done, for fuck's sake. Fucking love those cookies, like. God, you're getting invasive now. Will you fuck off, man? Jesus. Christ. Such an embarrassment.